how can we make the best kind of diets and make them wholesome and nourishing. Now, this is something that we have all been learning since school time, in college, in our books, we have been reading all about this. And there was a very simple way in which I had, put this, that I should always be using a fist whenever I'm making my diets. So how many ever macros and micros and whatever we were learning while in college, I would always remember this simple formula of making a fist. Well, it's not very difficult. You can all see and understand that in a plate, we should always have our 5 fingers. The fingers which are showing us that we should have the carbohydrates, we should be doing proteins, we should be adding fats, and of course, our vitamins and minerals should also be coming into place. These together, all these fingers together, make a fist. And this is what we need on a plate when we want to make it wholesome and nourishing. Now, this is simple to say, but is it as easy to do? This knowledge is supposed to be only in books, and it was supposed to be read by medical practitioners. It is something given to us to help us understand better, help us understand food, and help us, provide a better eating pattern to people. But sadly, these terms, carbs, proteins, fats, as they're known as commonly, they are used so frequently on all kitchen tables, every household, dining tables, or be it any kind of get-togethers, be it a kitty party, be it a birthday party, any elite social circles, you hear people talking about this. You hear these names, being thrown around as if they are the most common terms. People are talking, people are saying that we are not going to eat rice. I'm not taking rice on my plate because that's carbs. I'm avoiding carbs. Or somebody might be saying that I want to be on a high protein diet, and so I'm doing only grilled chicken and grilled fish. So this is how people are talking about food. Either they are trying to avoid fats, they're trying to eat raw, they're trying to eat bland. So they are trying all kinds of versions on their own, not understanding what consequences they would be facing, what would be the forthcoming results of this when you try anything on your food. We were learning it for a better understanding, but here it is actually spoiling the relationship with food, spoiling the relationship of people with food. And food is the most intrinsic and integral part of life. Where is food lacking? In every part of life, you find food. It has to play a role in every phase of life. Whether it is our celebrations, our weddings, our ceremonies, whether it is, anywhere from birth to death, whether it's a sad moment or a pleasured moment, everywhere we need food. So it plays a lot of roles in our life, and we are looking at it in a very, very narrow scope, like just on nutrients. So when this is happening, this is actually a very reductionist view. And this has been coined by Michael Pollan as nutritionism. When we talk only in terms of nutrients, then we call it as nutritionism. And this is very similar to all the isms that we are defined, be it sexism, racism, ageism, any kind of ism, which we all are against. So we should not be looking at food also with this kind of view. We should broaden our view and look at it with a broader aspect so that we can help people eat better, live better, and be healthier. If we broaden our concepts and we look into food, not just with this, just on the basis of nutrients, only then would we be able to help people. But if we are talking to them just in terms of nutrients, we would be, taking away all the joy of eating. We would be sending them on guilt trips. We would be leaving them feeling more and more confused. People are not sure what they should be eating. Somebody is trying gluten-free, somebody is trying keto, somebody is trying fat-free, somebody is trying high proteins. So they are all confused and they're left deprived, punished, and starved after every time they visit and get a new diet. And these diets, which should actually provide clarity, they are actually now confusing people. So if we are anywhere fishing out diets which are asking our clients to put high proteins on their plate, to put good fats on their plate, or to get complex carbs, or go in search of antioxidants in alien foods, then we are not doing any good for them. In fact, we should be talking to them not in terms of nutrients, but in terms of food which they recognize. So we should be diving deep into their cuisine, into their culture, understand their likes and dislikes, the kind of food that they have grown up eating. And hence, our dietary guidelines should be based on food-based guidelines, not just nutrient-based. That was for our help, but nutrients and calories are not going to help our clients. So when we are doing it, we need to look into food-based guidelines and see this guideline we have studied again in school time. We had all have seen that pyramid in the science book, which showed many different levels and which showed the different kind of food that we can eat. And again, it also kind of depicted the proportion that we could eat the food in. Each level showed the proportion of the food that we could be eating. And till date, I have been able to use my FIST that I studied in college time, that I formulated in college time. That FIST still works for me, because when I talk about energy giving food, I talk about the grains, be it rice, wheat, millet, but it is grains. When we talk about repairing, rejuvenating, growth, we are talking legumes, or if they are non-veg eaters, or dairy, all of it falls over there. When we are talking about generating new cells, regenerating membranes, and when we are talking about good development of the brain, then we are talking about the good oils and ghee and nuts. And when we are talking to boost our immunity system, then we are talking about the colors of fruits and vegetables. So again, we have our FIST, but this time we talk in a language which every person would understand. And this is the kind of food guidance that we should be providing to them. So we need to redefine that how a wholesome diet looks. We need to put these categories and tell them that their plate would be wholesome and nourishing when they have this. But these days, the diets that are being given out, again, might emphasize on one particular food group. Eliminating one particular food group, or maybe asking to eat another particular food group in large proportions. These would be, again, a one-dimensional approach. Like if you are talking about just a fruit diet, if we are just looking at weight loss and we are prescribing a fruit diet, then that's not a wholesome diet. If we are just talking about high proteins, and if we are eliminating carbs, or if simply we are eliminating grains and asking them to eat bowls of dal, or large plates of chicken or fish, then again, it is not a wholesome diet. This kind of a diet is not for long-term goals. It is a quick fix which may help them achieve a short goal, may help them lose weight on the scale, but would also make them lose the body strength, because this kind of a food plan is not completely nourishing. And when the body strength is lost, and of course the numbers on the scale come down, and then they get off the diet and they start eating the normal food, then the numbers climb up again. Because it is the fat which climbs up. Since there's no body strength, the fat will quickly climb up, and there would be more metabolic health issues. There might be problems of hypertension or diabetes or thyroid or PCOD coming in when we give this kind of a plan. So we need to make them understand that they need to lose fat, but not fast. They need to lose it forever. So they need to go for a wholesome, nourishing diet, which is not, kind of deleting and depriving or asking them to eliminate groups. So not on fat diets, which are fading in quality and diversity, which is actually, bringing a fall in public health. As the fat diets are on rise, the public health is falling. So we should put an end to these kind of diet trends and help them understand what is healthy eating. Make it wholesome by picking it from the food-based guidelines, and not insist on eating one kind of food or eat them in the wrong proportions. For example, let me talk in terms of something that came in today. Was somebody had a keto cake in the evening, and later on, what was happening that at dinner she was craving Maggie and some other junk. So today I got this message that why was I craving Maggie in dinner time when you have asked me to eat something else? And I asked for the entire day's food plan. And what was seen was that the lunch was skipped, and instead the keto cake was enjoyed. So as you can see that what went missing, a whole group, the grains were missing, and that would lead into a craving. Now this is one day. Imagine if you're doing it every day for a week, for a month or 2 months, just to get that one single result of bringing down the numbers on the weighing scale. So we need to make them understand that it is not just the number on the weighing scale, but our entire body composition has to be worked upon. We need to lose the fat, build up on the body strength, which is the lean body weight. And that can be accomplished when we are actually eating a wholesome and a nourishing meal.